Hello and welcome back to another live stream on the channel. Today we're going to be talking about my high conviction plays. We're also going to touch on the meme coin market because I've picked up 4 brand new meme coins and added them to my portfolio. VIPs know which meme coins they are exactly. And they've been pumping, okay? One of them I'm going to share with you today. The other 3 are going to be private for the VIPs. But they've been pumping, okay? I bought Ponky. And literally, you know, a day after the call, it's up 35%. So I think we're going to enter a period in the market where the risk really comes back. The dgens come back for one last dance, you could say. And that is where all the money is going to be made. And it's going to be the last chance to make a ton of money in a long time. Okay. I mean, we'll make a lot of money in the bear market, shorting the market and, you know, getting into quick trades and stuff. But this would be like the easiest time to make money. Obviously, the bear market, it's not really easy. You need to be very calculated. But this is going to be super easy. You know, you just pick a few random memes and they go and pump crazy. So what I'm seeing in the markets right now, I'm seeing hope. I'm seeing, a lot of promise. And long may that continue. I mean, I don't think it's going to continue for long, but long may it continue, right? We're in a really good period in the market right now. There's loads of news coming out around the US and Trump's visit to the Middle East, loads of tech investments, loads of things like that. That's all being interpreted as positive by markets. And I think we're getting ready for a massive, massive breakout on the total 3. I mean, we had the first breakout here when we got above the March highs, we got above this trend line, we got above all of that. But we're going to go for the next major breakout, which will be a new high, a clear high, right? Total 3, if you guys remember, double topped essentially. It made a marginal high, but it basically did a double top from the 2021 bull market and the 2025 bull market, you could say, right? The end of 24, beginning of 25. It made a clear as day double top. This is the run, in my opinion, that gets us above that. And the next target would be 1.44 trillion, the 1.618. That is what this move is for me. And if that happens, let's just do the math. So 918 billion goes to 1.44. That's a 56% move on the total 3. Now, that might not sound like a lot, but what you've got to remember is the total 3 is every single crypto apart from Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, that's a whole lot of crap cryptos, I can assure you. And I'm not holding those. If you think about all the different cryptos besides Bitcoin and Ethereum, you've got loads of outdated, terrible, scammy, crappy cryptos, all right, outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum. And those as a collective will go up 56%. Now, if you have good altcoins like myself, you will massively outperform that, okay? Just like previously, the total 3 went up by 150%. I drastically outperformed that as well, okay? In this same period of total 3 doing 150%, I think we hit a 7 or an 8x on Suie in that same period, okay? We hit 5x's, 10x's, 14x's on memes in that same period. So what I'm trying to say is a 55% move on the total 3 is going to be way more for us. It's probably going to be a 5 to 10x potentially, okay? Depending on which coins you're holding. And it could go even higher than that, right? It could go for the 2.618, which would be a 1.9 trillion total 3. And when you go and look at others chart, this is even better because others hasn't even made a new all-time high this cycle yet. So others is still technically in a bear market. A move to all-time highs on others is basically 80% away, guys. 80%. So at worst case scenario, you're probably going to 80% gain on your portfolio. Worst case scenario. I mean, that's if everything goes terrible, I think. Best case scenario, you do way more than that, okay? And that's my base case, is that you do way more than that. Because if you're holding altcoins like Casper, Suie, Sei, Tao, Ondo, good quality altcoins, they're going to do way more than the overall market because the money doesn't just flow equally into every single altcoin. The coins which are better get more of the attention and therefore get way bigger pumps. It's not a coincidence on the last run. Most of the other altcoins just did a 2x. Suie went and pulled like an 8 or a 10x because it's better, because the money flows to the quality, okay? And it flows to the memes. So we've got some meme coins, picked up some Ponky again. I got a nice little run on that from the buy alert. And guys, I just bought a micro cap meme coin, absolutely tiny. Absolutely tiny. This thing just pumped crazy. It just pumped like 2x in a day. Crazy, 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 crazy. And I think it's probably got another 10 to 20x pump left in it, easily. And that's being conservative. You guys know me. I'm a very conservative predictor of prices. And I think this meme I just dropped in the VIP could easily go and pull another 10, 20x from here, okay? So that doesn't mean you wait until then to take profits. I want to be very clear. Sure, it could do a 20x, but I'm going to take profits at a 5x because I'm smart. I'm not going to wait for something which is not guaranteed. Okay. Just like Bitcoin could go to 200K this bull run, you don't wait until it's at 200K before you take profits. You take profits way in advance because nothing's a guarantee. It's just called common sense, right? Anyway, we're going to get into the comments. We're going to see what you guys are saying. But yeah, overall, I'm feeling good about the markets. Things are looking pretty good. Bitcoin, to me, on the shorter time frames, it looks like it's got room for another move up. It looks like it's got legs to go for that 109, 1010 target, where we basically had a double top. You know, this cycle is full of double tops. We basically had 2 rejections on that level. The first one wasn't a rejection, technically, because there was no prior resistance there. But the second one was clearly rejecting at that same level. So I think that's where we're heading. We're heading for that 109 target. And we could see that anytime soon. You know, I think all the momentums of Bitcoin right now, we will get a little pullback eventually, right? Maybe we run up to 109 and then we come back down to 100 and then we go back up to 120, right? Something like that. But we'll have to assess the situation as it comes. How's it going, guys? Welcome to the stream. VIP here. Greetings, Archie. There have been liquidity issues with Tangem Swap. Is Tangem ready for the bull run? Yeah, I don't use Tangem Swap. I know you can use Tangem Swap and things like that, but I purely use Tangem to hold my cryptos, to store my cryptos. I don't use it as an exchange. Okay, I want to be very clear about that. I've never really purported this idea of using Tangem as your exchange. You store it on Tangem, then you send it to the exchange, and then you sell, because there's way more liquidity on a centralized exchange. Okay, but that doesn't mean Tangem isn't safe just because there's low liquidity on a DEX. Okay, that's not directly related to Tangem, I don't think. Okay, that's a DEX. Tangem isn't a DEX. They use a DEX, but it isn't a DEX. So, yeah, Tangem is fine. I use it. I never had an issue. I've been using it for way over a year now, probably 2 years, and no issues at all. I just don't use it as a DEX. I use it as a place to store my crypto, and then I send it to an exchange to sell, because there will always be a ton more liquidity on an exchange like Binance, Mexi, KuCoin, Coinbase, whichever one it is. There'll always be better availability to sell, essentially. Okay, so get yourselves a Tangem, guys. This is where I store my crypto. If you want a discount code, you can use the code Archie at checkout, and you'll save yourself some money. Is it too late to buy Ondo? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I've just showed you Others has massive room for growth. I think Others could potentially also go for the 1.618, which, if you look at it from here, that is a 127% move. Like I said, we're in good altcoins that are going to outperform that. Yeah, Ondo, how are you late to it? I mean, you're way off the all-time highs. It's 2x just to all-time highs. So how can you be late to something where it's a 2x to all-time highs? You're absolutely not late. I think Ondo is probably one of the best buys in the market right now, alongside Casper and Say. A lot of people are asking me, Archie, I've got some spare money. Where should I put it? Should I put it in Suie? And I tell them no. Okay, the time to buy Suie was when I was buying it. You know, that was the time to stack your Suie bags below $1, or even $1.20, $1.50, right? But not at $4. And obviously, it's within my interest to tell everyone to go and buy Suie, because it's my biggest altcoin. It benefits me if everyone goes and buys it, right? But there's a point where you got to be honest, you got to be transparent. And for me, despite the fact I'd love it if everyone went and bought Suie because it would pump my bags, it's not the best buy in the market right now. There's other options which are cheaper, and their charts are more attractive buys right now. It's that simple. And you know, Ondo would be one of those. Ondo would be one of those, which is a decent buy currently. I think Casper is a better buy than Ondo. It's showing more kind of momentum than Ondo. And I would say that Say is also maybe a better buy than Ondo. I like this kind of breaking. I like what it's doing right now. I like what Say's doing. So if you look at the chart, you got this clear support. Support then become resistance. We broke above the resistance. We flipped it for support, and now we're going to bounce. Very nice structure there on Say, I must say. No pun intended. But yeah, the structure's looking good. You know, this is what I'm always looking for. It's market structure. It's price structure rather. Ondo has some, but I think Say and Casper look like better buys right now. Now, personally, I'm pretty much stacked with my conviction plays right now. I'm not really focusing on buying any of the conviction plays. I've already got a great ton of Casper, great ton of Suie, great ton of Ondo. I'm in a position where I'm going dgen, okay? And I want to make it very clear. When I say I'm going dgen, I mean with 1% of my portfolio. I don't mean with 20% of my portfolio. I mean 1%. So just because I'm now going to be buying higher risk, high reward plays doesn't mean you should go and put half your portfolio in just because you see that I'm buying them, okay? It's all about allocating sensibly. What meme coins did you buy? Join the VIP and you'll see, my friend. I'm not disclosing them. I'll disclose them once they pumped, just like Punky. Once they've gone up 35%, then I'll tell you. Maybe if I'm kind, I'll tell you another one in a few days, right? But, you know, I do deep dives. I do good research. I'm not going to give it all out for free. I mean, I already do it for free on YouTube, right? I do these live streams for free. So it gets to a certain point where, you know, I need to keep some things close to my chest and not tell everyone. But the recent meme coin I just bought, it's already up 2x. The low cap one, almost 2x. Sorry, not quite. Not quite. It did go up 2x, I think. It went up 88%, and now it's up like 50 or 60%. So it had a little dip. Not a bad time to buy some, actually. Hey, Archie, lifetime VIP member here. At what percentage Bitcoin dominance does altcoin season really start to pump? Is it around 50%? Appreciate you being a lifetime VIP member. There's no set rule, okay? A lot of people point at Bitcoin dominance and they say, oh, this is when you buy your altcoins, or this is when alt season happens. You know, there's no set rule. Bitcoin dominance can do what it wants to do. I really want to be clear about that. There is no set rule with Bitcoin dominance. It's a pretty difficult thing to chart. It's not the easiest thing to chart. You know, it's not like Bitcoin where everyone's looking at the psychological levels and they're selling at that level, buying at that level. No, it's not something you can buy, right? So it's not as reliable from like a TA point of view, if that makes sense. But there is a little trend with Bitcoin dominance. The trend is higher lows. 2017, 2021, maybe this bull run, we're here. 50%, something like that. There's no set rule, bro. There's no set rule, okay? People need to get rid of these presuppositions of this is what will happen. No, there's no set rule. Bitcoin dominance could go down to 30%, could go down to 50%, or it could only go to 60%, and that's it. Obviously, that's the unlikely scenario. It does look like it's topped, and it's heading down now for a bit of a downtrend. But who knows, man? Who knows how much it'll dip? It's very, very difficult to predict Bitcoin dominance's moves based off its chart, okay? What I can say is if I look at the macro is easing a little bit, right? In a way, things are getting better. Things are getting more risk on. That would probably lead to Bitcoin dominance dropping. If risk is coming back to TradFi, if markets are going risk on, if gold is selling off, it would make sense that Bitcoin dominance would drop and that Ethereum would pump. And I've said for a long time, if you want a metric of risk in the entire economy, just like an index, like a gauge of how much risk is there in the market. What's your metric, right? Some people might look at the VIX, the volatility index. Some people might look at gold. You know what I would look at to gauge risk? I would look at Ethereum. When Ethereum's pumping, that is evidence to me that markets are going risk on. Ethereum is a risk on asset. It's not a hedge to inflation. It's not a uncertainty hedge. It's none of that. It's a risk on asset. When Ethereum pumps, risk is coming back. So I would say if you're looking at the macro, it gives you a pretty good indication that Bitcoin dominance will probably keep dropping until things get uncertain again. Ethereum does great when there's certainty. When there's macro uncertainty and things are looking bleak, Ethereum absolutely shits the bed. Okay. Destroy the like button before he mentions it. Absolutely. Can you believe it? I've gone 22 minutes streaming without mentioning the likes. Please do smash the likes. As you say, it helps out a ton with the channel. And it encourages me to do more live streams. I don't have to do these live streams. I could just sit on a beach all day. I mean, that's pretty boring. For me, work is entertainment, really. It's what gives me purpose, but I could just sit and do nothing, right? So do smash the likes. Appreciate it. Is Moonwell any good? It's pretty good, but I prefer Morpho. King Archie, what do you think tops out first, the S&P or Bitcoin? Great question. Great question. I think Bitcoin because of history. Bitcoin historically tops out around a month, roughly, before TradFi, before the S&P 500. Okay, if we just take a really quick example, 2021, we topped out in November on Bitcoin. The S&P 500 topped out in January. So it's actually like a couple months after. It's just a general trend, okay? Risk on assets top first in a way, like Bitcoin, and then they enter bear markets, and the S&P has a little bit more legs to go, and then that enters a bear market, okay? But great to see Mad Greek in the stream. VIP member, regular voice chat participant, so it's great to see you. Suie, hi Archie, lifetime VIP member. Congrats. Great to have you as a VIP, man. Thanks for all the great calls. I was wondering at what percent Bitcoin dominance does altcoin season really... Haven't I just read this? Oh, you put it twice. I was going to say, am I going stupid? Like, didn't I just read that? You put the same comment twice. Yeah, it's not too late for Ondo. I don't know why people think it's late. It's very, very early. Fancy putting a fire sale for VIP, I would join that right away. The thing is, man, I don't need to put a sale. If anything, I need to increase the prices because of the rate at which people are joining. But, if people have certain financial circumstances, I do give discounts. Like, I've had students try and join, I give them a discount. I've had doctors. I give doctors discounts. And anyone who kind of has a reason, I'll give them a discount, usually. But not, it has to be a good reason, it can't just be, I want a discount, right? But just drop me an email, man, and maybe you can pay in crypto. You could get a discount that way. But I don't just give out discounts as willy-nilly. If anything, I should increase the price, not decrease it. You know, you just join, you join the group literally a week ago, you've made stupid money. Ponky went up how much percent in just a day of the buy alert? We just got a 2x on the recent meme, almost. Suie were up 4x on virtuals. I just sold my initial on virtuals at a 4x. You would have just bought virtuals a month ago, up 4x now. There's no indication that I should reduce the price, but if you got a reason, man, I'll be prepared to help a little bit. Morning, sir. I've bought close to the lows like you suggested. Do I let the coins ride and cash out according to my plan, or should I cash out and switch to different narratives to multipliers but more risk? I would let the coins ride out. If they're good coins, just hold them, man. You know, when you're trying to play this game of flipping narratives and flipping coins constantly, it's difficult, okay? I can do it. I've been financially free from crypto for many years now. I know this game intimately. I've literally 24/7 crypto since I was 15. I know this game, but it's not easy to always predict the next narrative. You might do it twice in a row, and then the third time you put all your money into the next narrative, and that one goes to shit. So I would say hold conviction plays, hold quality projects like the ones I constantly talk about, and then have a few high-risk plays which allow you to get quick X's, right? But I wouldn't be flipping my whole portfolio around, especially at this stage in the bull run. You want to hold quality and not be too stressed. Unless you've been in crypto for 7-8 years and you know what you're doing, then, by all means do it. But it's not for everyone, that strategy. What's up, Archie? You're betting 120K as a Bitcoin top. Isn't that too low? Is it enough to make alts fly? Okay, so there's two questions there. Isn't it too low? Based on what? Based on what you think, based on what would make you rich. Like, who says it's too low? Second of all, is it enough to make the alts fly? Yes, it's enough, provided Bitcoin dominance drops, okay? What we've seen recently is Bitcoin up 3% on the day, Ethereum up 20% on the day. So long as that continues, we'll be fine. I mean, look at the weekly, guys. Look at the weekly. Look at that. Bitcoin up 7% on the week. What is Ethereum up on the week? 43%. So long as that difference in the rate of pump continues, we'll make crazy money if Bitcoin goes to 120K. By the time Bitcoin's at 120K, Ethereum's probably at 5K, 4K. Casper's probably at 30 cents plus. Suie's probably, who knows what, $10 plus. It'll be good money. And look, it could go higher than 120. What I'm saying is you should sell a ton at 120. I'm not saying you should. I'm saying I should, okay? I want to be clear. I'm going to sell a ton at 120 or around 120. This trend line on Bitcoin has come into play many times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times. 5 rejections. Make the argument to me why this time is going to be different. I'm not saying it is impossible that we break out. It's not. But it seems to me like there's going to be a big sell wall as we get into 117, 118, 120, that kind of range. Yeah, man, I don't know what that guy's saying. Oh, some of your calls went down in the last few months. What bullshit, you know? Which YouTubers' calls didn't go down in the last few months? The market dumped. Of course, if you look at a video from me 4 months ago, and then you look at a video 1 month ago, that coin went down. But now they're going back up, right? So we're going to be fine. And people are just there's a ton of brain dead people in crypto, man. They don't think with their brains, you know. Like obviously there's going to be calls that I gave that went down, okay? First of all, I'm human. There's going to be some calls which went down. I'm not going to have a 100% success rate. And second of all, the market just absolutely dumped. We just had one of the biggest crashes in markets in years. Since COVID, it was the biggest crash. Do you expect all my coins to skyrocket during that crash? I mean, come on, man. But besides, we're doing very well now. We're all up, and portfolio's printing, so it's a good place to be. Which narratives do you think will run? Gaming and D-Pin's been lagging, not gonna lie. Layer ones, you know. That's really what the bulk of your portfolio should be. It's the bulk of my portfolio. Suie's a layer one, Casper's a layer one, Tao's a layer one, Ondo's gonna be a layer one. Say's a layer one. Layer ones, guys. They are the key to crypto. Without layer ones, you don't have crypto. How's it going, Zach? Welcome to the stream, man. Great to have you. Just imagine the potential of KRC20 memes once Casper has smart contracts and gets more visibility. Yeah, KRC20 memes are going to absolutely rock it. They're going to rock it. Julia says, love the content. Thoughts on Walrus? I think it has a 5 to 10x when considering the performance of Arweave plus Filecoin. It's arguably Miston Labs' second biggest project with 140 million invested from VCs. I like Walrus a lot. I just don't hold it because I've got a ton of Suie. I don't hold any Suie ecosystem plays apart from Suie itself. If I miss Suie, however, Walrus would be a great bet. Okay, so I like it. It can definitely pull a 5 to 10x, but I don't think it would pull much more than that. Hey, Archie, VIP member here. When will the next portfolio review video be? I want your opinion on mine. I'll be doing a portfolio review video in the next 3 days. Okay, by Monday. 3 to 5 days. By Monday, there'll be a new one. Get your portfolios in there. Actually, don't do it yet. I'll put a post out and then put your portfolio and I'll drop a video review of your portfolio. Okay, the same goes for anyone else who's interested. Pretty much every other week, I do a bulk portfolio review video where I go through, you know, the portfolios of members. I say, yep, change that, change that. I mean, they can do what they want, right? I'm just saying that's what I would do. I would get rid of that. You know, you got way too much of that coin. Basically just critiquing portfolios. I mean, it's very fun for me to do. And people get a ton of value from it, man. People get a ton of value. People have weird portfolios sometimes. I mean, mostly it's all good. You know, most people, they got their Suie, they got the Casper, they're pretty smart. But every now and then I'll get a portfolio and it will be like 90% meme coins, 5% freaking XRP, 3% Litecoin, 1% Monero, 1% freaking Dogecoin. It's just the most random portfolio. It makes me want to pull my hair out. So, you know, just drop your portfolio when I put the comment and I'll give you an honest review. You know, there's no point me sugarcoating things. Like if you got an issue and you go to the doctors and they tell you you're fine, they're not helping you, right? They're killing you potentially if they do that. So it's the same with crypto. If you've got a bad portfolio and I think it's bad, I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to be one of these YouTubers just saying, oh, everything's great. You're going to 1,000x your money. I'll see you on the yacht next year. You know, that's what a ton of YouTubers do. They just tell you absolute BS. They just put your head in the clouds. They make you think you're going to be rich next week. And they, you know, they just pull the wool over your eyes. So yeah, if I don't think it's great, then I'll tell you. Good research and dives on memes. Yeah, memes, I only have like 1% or less in. Actually, way less than 1%. It's like 0.1%. So memes are just for shits and giggles. They're not a serious, investment. You don't go and put loads of money in memes thinking you're going to be rich. I mean, you put a small amount in, maybe they pump a lot, and happy days if they do. But we put tiny amounts in the memes. The main focus of the group isn't meme coins, but in times like this where the market is going up forcefully, you can make a ton of money on beta plays, such as Ethereum beta plays. So right now I'm looking at Ethereum meme coins because Ethereum's clearly going on a run. Yeah, maybe Ethereum has another 2x left in it, but some of the meme coins on Ethereum could 10, 20, 30x. Will Casper touch 10 cents again? Probably in the bear market. It could hit it again before we really start flying, but I don't think it will go below 10 cents until probably in the bear market, which is not our worry, right? Because we'll be out by then. Hi, Archie. Thanks for streaming. Thanks for stressing. Dgen plays should ideally account for less than 2% of a portfolio unless someone wants to commit suicide. Yeah, it's financial suicide allocating more than like 5-10% of your portfolio in memes. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I did it last bull run and it wasn't suicide for me. It made me a lot of money. But I was 15, 16 last bull run? 16, 17 maybe? If you've got $1,000, I worked in a bakery and had some pocket money and stuff like that, birthday money. Maybe had $1,000, $2,000 invested in total. You can lose that, right? Because you're a kid, you can lose it. But if you've got $100,000 invested and you put in like 20,000 into memes, you could lose all of that. And for a lot of people, that would be devastating. So you got to be very sensible with your allocations. Got to be very, very sensible. Still believing in Say and Peak. I had a little bit after your video. Hope it'll do a minimum 5x. Still have a bag of Suie and Ondo to compensate. Love your videos. Thank you, man. Yeah, I'm a believer in both of those. Good projects. Hey, Archie, what's your thought on predicting crypto prices by M2? I'm a bit 50-50 on it. I think M2 definitely correlates with crypto. There's a few questions I have. Number one, is that a self-fulfilling prophecy? Is it the fact that everyone's pointing to M2 and saying that's going up, therefore they buy more? Or is it actually real cause and effect? My second point would be, I'm pretty sure last bull run, M2 kept going up and the top was already months back. I'm pretty sure that was the case, all right? If you go and look at Bitcoin, you go and look at global money supply, I don't think it topped out exactly when M2 did. It was way after. So let's just see. So obviously there's a lagging effect. We think. I mean, it could be the opposite, right? But M2 kind of peaked in the middle of 2022 by the looks of it. Crypto peaked at the end of 2021. So there's a massive difference. And people have this magical number that they say, oh, it lags by this amount. There's no set rule to crypto, guys. If it was that easy, we'd all be trillionaires. If it was that easy, you just look at this magical number, you sell on this magical date. If it was that easy, everyone would do it, right? It's not. This is more complex than that. Just because M2 is going up doesn't mean it's a guarantee that Bitcoin tops exactly when M2 tops, with the lag as well, in effect. Your Tao video was excellent. How high do you think it can go during a good bull run? Thank you. I think Tao could pull an easy 5 to 10x. But I'd be taking profits before then because I'm already up 2x on Tao. So already up 2x. Another 5x would be a 10x for me. And the VIPs, we'd be probably fully exited out at a 10x from our entry. We're buying Tao under $200. Our average is in the low 200s. So, man, we have such good entries in the VIP on some of these altcoins. I mean, we're just destined for greatness this bull run, and even if you're joining now, you're probably destined for greatness too, because it's not early, but it's not late. Okay. I'm not going to pull the wool over your eyes and tell you you're really, really early. You're not. Bitcoin's above 100K, but you're not late. Okay. Total 3 still hasn't even put in a clear cyclical high, and it's not even close to the current high. So we've got a lot of room to really pump up. Am I too late on Suie if I DCA now? It's not that you're late. I just think there's way better buys currently than Suie. You should have bought Suie at $1 and lower when I was. If you didn't, then just buy Casper or something else, which is looking better from a charting perspective. Even say. What are my thoughts on Fetch AI? It's decent, but I prefer Tao. I would buy Tao over any other AI coin in crypto. Appreciate what you're doing, man. Thank you. Man, I've gone through so many questions this stream. 200 people watching. Let's hit the likes up on the stream, guys. Let's hit those likes up. Let me just check how many likes are on. If this is a bad number, I'm going to be very sad. Let's see. $68. It's not awful, but we got 210 watching, 68 likes. We should have a lot more than that, guys. It's just one click of a finger, one click of a screen, more like, and helps out a ton with the channel. Any thoughts on Quai? It's like Casper, but it has smart contracts. I've looked into it. There's a lot of projects similar to Casper or claiming to be similar to Casper. Quai is probably the best one out of those projects. I've seen a lot of them. Like, loads of them aren't even around now. I just think Casper's the clear chosen one in this category. And Quai could do really well. But I just think the road is set for Casper. You know, it's the only coin I hold in that decentralized category. My thoughts, let's try to be humble and grateful to God so that he may guide us to not be greedy. Retail overconfidence like mine can humble us real fast. Very true, man. Very, very true. Got to be level-headed. What's your opinion on Graphane? Let me see the chart. Yeah, it's pumped a fair bit. Good listings. I don't know if I buy it now, but anything agent related, AI related, decentralized finance AI, DeFi AI, I think it is the category. I think it will keep going. You know, I think the AI agent narrative is not going anywhere. Like, it's here to stay. That's why I bought virtuals. So I'm pretty sure this will do well. I just went for virtuals because for me, it was the clear winner. And it was proven evident, right? I 4x my money in literally a month. So I pulled out my initial on virtuals just to put it in some memes, but I'm gonna ride the rest out, I think, for the bull run, and I think it'll do really well. But Griffane as well, these AI coins will do well. Yeah, I've heard those rumors about Pokemon. I haven't looked into them. Do they have good substance? Because I've heard people mention that Suie is going to be a massive hub for gaming. People need to realize this. Suie is going to be like the gaming chain, right? Whether you like it or not. They've got the Suie Play devices. They've got a ton of backing. I think they've been buying up gaming companies as well. Suie's just the best, man. So glad I picked it up at 70 cents and made it my biggest holding. All you need is one good play, guys. All you need is one good play. I mean, I've had many good plays this cycle. Over 30 probably I've done great, but all you need is one really good play to 20x, 30x, and that's life-changing. Target price for XCN. Some people's TA says it'll hit 26 cents. Man, that chart looks weird. I know this coin, though, because someone kept asking me about it. 26 cents? What's it at now? A penny? What's this TA they're doing? What is this TA? Where are they getting this from? They're just pulling it out of their head, or where are they getting this from? Seen some people TA saying it hits 26 cents this cycle. Bro, people can say anything. It doesn't make it true. I mean, it's not stupid. I think it's a 15x. It's not like ludicrous, but I don't see the TA showing that. Maybe you think the fundamentals warrant 26 cents, but I don't see the TA indicating 26 cents. Like, that's way above where we are now. How are you doing TA to get that number? Even if you put a fib extension on, you're not going to get that. Unless maybe you do it from up here. Man, what is this chart? The coin looks really weird. Did it just die out and then just all of a sudden came out of nowhere? I don't know, man. The chart just... I don't know. It just kind of makes me feel sick. But it will probably pump. What about Say? Is it almost similar to Suie and Sol? Who will win? It's not really similar to Suie. It's got a different use case. Say is a layer 1, kind of more of an EVM compatible chain. And it's centered around DeFi. Suie isn't really of the same purpose. But yeah, they came out around the same time. But man, I got some stuff to do. I got to film a video. I got to get in the VIP, talk to some of the members, check some of the comments, see what people are talking about. There might be another voice chat tonight. We had one earlier today. But we might be doing another voice chat tonight. So, get in the VIP, guys. We have voice chats every single day. Every single day, we're talking to each other about the markets, catching up with each other. And, you can unlock 4 brand new Memecoin buy alerts. 4 brand new Memecoin buy alerts if you join. Okay, I just dropped those in the buy alert channel. I almost clicked it. I almost clicked the buy alert channel. I would have leaked the secret buy alerts. But if you do want to see those, they're very small memes that can pump crazy. Check out those. There's also 2 utility buy alerts that I haven't really talked about. One of them is a micro cap. One of them is a mid cap. So there's 6 buy alerts in total that you'll unlock that I haven't talked about really on the channel. Or I haven't disclosed that I bought them. And the prices will be going up based on demand. There's a ton of demand right now. So you know what that probably means. That probably means the price will go up eventually. Also, if you want a 24/7 crypto mentor, because I'm pretty much in crypto 24/7, then check out the mentor tier option. With this one, you can reach out to me privately. I'll give you my Discord username. You can add me as a friend. You can reach out to me. You can message me. The private message feature is not available for VIP. You can still reach out to me, but it's in the Discord, okay? But if you want instant replies, if you want your portfolio reviewed at any time, if you want to ask me in-depth questions and things like that, I can get you on the mentor tier, and I can send you voice messages and just help out a lot with your crypto journey. So check out that. And if you want that, you want the mentor tier, but for life, then go for the big bundle. That gives you mentorship for life. If in 3, 4, 5 years' time I'm still doing this, I'll still be reaching out to you, helping out with your portfolio. And you also gain access to a 3-hour crypto course and a private one-to-one call. Okay, you can hop on a call with me. We can talk about your portfolio, go through it. And I've helped people out a lot with that. It's been very valuable. Getting on the calls, talking about portfolios, talking about exit strategy with you face-to-face on a call. Okay, appreciate you guys watching. Links in the description to the VIP. I'll see you guys over there. And if I don't, I'll see you on the next live stream. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one. Goodbye.